this episode of Eric Mintel Investigates, Eric Mintel, Dominic Sattel, and members of the Hughesian Trust descend on the Amos Hughes house. The team explores the mysterious Amos Hughes house in Buckingham Township, Pennsylvania. As the township marks its 325th anniversary, what secrets will centuries of history reveal? On this episode of Eric Mintel Investigates, the legacy of Amos Hughes. My name is Eric Mintel. By night, I'm a professional jazz musician. But by even later at night, I investigate the paranormal. I, along with my team at Eric Mintel Investigates, travel the country, investigating all things paranormal. This is Eric Mintel Investigates. In 1811, Amos Austin Hughes, a disabled yet compassionate benefactor, left 91 acres of land and $8,000 to educate and support poor children in Buckingham Township. His legacy created the Hughesian Free School, built in 1841 and funded through the Hughesian Trust. Now, more than 200 years later, Hughes' will still benefits the community.
Amos Hughes house, right here in Buckingham. I'm about ready to meet Mary Jane Atkinson and some of the members of the Hughesian Trust. They're going to give me a little bit of information about this incredible venue. I know Dom is walking around here somewhere. He's trying to tune in on the property. Well, let's go in and meet everybody. So Mary Jane, I know we've been talking about this for a long time. What an incredible structure. I mean, you gave me a little bit of a tour before, but I'm glad that everybody's here now. Now, you guys are part of the Hughesian Trust. And what a legacy for Amos Hughes to leave.
It's amazing.
And to have that
It's amazing.
forethought of
Vision.
the vision. Where are we now? We're in his house?
We're in his house.
Okay.
The Museum Trust had all the minutes preserved.
What do you mean by minutes?
Ledger books going all the way
God.
back to 1813, and so Denise had them preserved.
Amos Austin Hughes.
Wow.
What a wonderful.
Yeah, we really felt that it was important to preserve it in a way where it will last. 'Cause
Wow.
It was in a closet.
What's scary about it, all our ancestors are in there. Oh yeah, our ancestors are in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys just found this in a closet somewhere.
It's been handed down.
Then they had the
One
Museum
of
Trust.
one of the former secretaries
Yep.
died, and it was still in his closet, and his daughter said, "You're on that museum board, do you want your original minutes?"
They just showed me this incredible information. I mean, how cool is that? To have somebody that's forward thinking, has money, had no children, but wanted to do something good with it. I mean, we're not even on the investigation yet, and this stuff is already blowing me away. I should tune in with Dom to see what is going on with him outside. We got a lot more work to do, so let's go. We're heading up to the schoolhouse in Blaine. How does it make you feel being part of this community?
Old, very ancient. Well, it's a wonderful legacy. It's a wonderful historical.
Oh, yeah.
You have roots.
Oh,
Something
definitely.
very interesting about that schoolhouse.
Yeah.
That's an original weather vane. It's a quill pen.
Get out.
It's a quill pen.
Leanne Yerkes had some very interesting ties to this school.
Both of my parents actually graduated from the Hughesian school. It went up to 12th grade at that point because at that point there was no Central Bucks. It's all because of Amos Hughes, all of these buildings. Amos Hughes has probably benefited more children in Buckingham Township than any other single person. And it continues on. It continues on, and hopefully it'll continue forever.
You know, I'm glad Eric and everybody's here tonight. It gives you a sense of the time and the interest in the history of the area, which is a big part of what Buckingham Township is. And I've known Eric over the years, although we've never met. I know him through his jazz. And he doesn't know this, but I listen to him on Coast to Coast.
Up next on Coast to Coast, Eric Mintel back with us.
But it's interesting. I sit on a board with people, 12 people who have almost all them very deep roots to this community. And you can sense by what we've been talking about how people related, the homes, the properties. It's pretty deep. To have you guys come here and be part of this is really pretty sharp. It put some icing on the cake for what we do.
So Don, what's going on, man?
What the hell have you got me into, Menzel?
We're going into the schoolhouse pretty soon. You're already feeling like some weird
I'm already
stuff.
feeling stuff. Right behind us, actually. When I was talking with them, I was telling them, they were asking me if I see anything. And I said, I see a bunch of Native Americans, that there was a reservation back here. They were telling me about it. So one of the Hughesians was telling me how her father used to go into the field and used to pick up arrowheads. And she said there's two rivers back there that converge. And that's pretty much where the reservation was.
Oh, wow.
So I found that really interesting.
Can't wait to see what you feel when you're going in here.
I can't wait.
As we made our way to the schoolhouse, a feeling of unease fell over the entire group. What histories lie within this schoolhouse? Next, we met with Carl, another Hughesian Trust member. Carl told us some incredible stories, plus his family's had ties to this area since the 1600s.
I've been a longtime member. My family moved to Bucks County in 1682.
Wow.
So two legs in 1682, one leg in 1711, and then the German that owns the General Green Inn came over at the turn of the last century.
Wow.
Now you got a scholarship here at the school too, right?
Bill Yerkes was on the board. He said, "Oh, you ought to apply for the scholarship," because I didn't know about it. And I did, and I was awarded the scholarship for 2 semesters. And then at the point where I could make my own money and pay my own way, I did.
So Dominic's already picking up on stuff that's going on with Carl. Can't wait to get inside the schoolhouse.
As soon as we entered the building, Dominic was being pulled to one of the rooms to the right, and I was getting orbs on my cell phone camera.
You getting any orbs, Eric?
I'm getting a lot of orbs right now.
Do you remember when we were at the theater?
Mm-hmm.
And I kept seeing things on the floor?
Yeah.
Do you remember what I was seeing on the floor?
Blood.
And we found out it was a makeshift hospital?
Right. This too?
I believe so.
I'm telling you, I just got, check this out. Watch this. There they are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, whoa. That's not
right across.
There you go.
There's another one.
They're not dust, man. And
No.
now that you're talking about this stuff, look at this.
There's orbs
And
everywhere.
it's not Tom's light either.
No.
Tom, they're all around you, man.
I want to find
Look
out.
at this.
Yeah.
I got to show. Let's show these guys. Place is crazy off the charts with orbs and stuff in there. Check this out. Watch, you could see the orbs. See that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, it's all over the place. You know, the other night at Cuddaloosa, this flashlight was acting up really crazy. Now it's fine. I don't know, this flashlight's really acting up like crazy. I'm going to put it on the bridge, and I'm going to see if maybe Dom can ask if this spirit is here and see what it does. And maybe it'll manipulate this even more. So let's give it a shot. I don't know what's going on, but there are so many orbs in this place.
That side of the house, or the school, is more active than this side. There's more activity on that side. I have a question that I need to ask.
Okay, let's go check in with everybody else.
Was there ever a fire in here?
Another question I can't answer.
There was a fire, especially on this side, because there's a lot more activity on this side than there is on this side. So that's why I'm wondering. It would have been before the 1900s. We're looking at what, 1840 when this was built, right? 1840 somewhere. Because Ed, I'm getting caught, like my throat's getting caught up.
No, MJ had to leave the building because she was wheezing.
Mary Jane, you were having some kind of reaction earlier to what happened there.
I just came this way and I just couldn't, I caught my breath.
And that was around the same time that you felt that there was smoke.
I was feeling that there was a fire when we were in the one room, and at my throat, I could feel it, like the smoke, the inhalation going in was making it harder to breathe, and I was starting to get the buildup of phlegm, and that's when I came out and I asked if there was a fire. And then you had said...
MJ had to leave the building because she was wheezing.
Because she was getting the same thing.
I heard her wheezing. I was standing in there and I heard her wheezing and I came out and I said, "Do you have asthma?"
Next, we went to the attic of the schoolhouse, and as soon as we entered, orbs appeared.
Dom?
There's orbs everywhere.
Everywhere.
We climbed down from the attic, but then had a guest who told us some incredible news.
We're here with Curtis, facilities maintenance here. But Curtis, you've really given us some really incredible information. Can you, I mean, it kind of ties into what Dominic was feeling earlier.
Yeah, when he said that, it sort of surprised me. Yeah, he said that.
And about the fire.
Right, exactly.
Now, when did that happen? Do you remember?
I have no idea when it would happen,
But
but
it
I
did
think
happen.
it is recorded.
But it did happen.
It's apparently there were kids here, and the teacher took them into the basement
to get them away from the
to
smoke.
get them away from the
Wow.
smoke, and that's where they died.
Wow.
They had a picture. I'm not sure if it's still up there or not.
And that's why we're seeing a lot of orbs
Mhm.
over in this area.
Is that where it happened?
That's, I believe, the area where it was on fire.
It's amazing that Dominic picked up on the fire the way he did.
While investigating the basement where this tragedy happened, Dominic kept getting the number 13.
13. Curtis had verified that the school burned down, and there were students and teachers. Down here in the boiler room, which is right behind me through this door, that's where they perished. 13. I kept getting the number, they kept telling me 13. So there was 13 students and teachers included in that number that had passed away.
I could tell that Dominic's getting very emotional about this right now, and totally understandable. You know, I thought, you know, the Amos Hughes house was going to be the star of the show tonight, but it's actually the schoolhouse. So unbelievable already, right? You can't write this stuff. I mean, this happens right on the investigation.
All the time. Blaine could figure it out. Another question I can't answer.
I mean, it would be amazing.
We're in Buckingham, Pennsylvania, investigating the Amos Hughes house. At first, when we stepped into the basement, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Dominic was tuning in on something, though he couldn't quite place it. Then, without warning, the first orb appeared, and then another.
More orbs over there.
Oh yeah, big time. Look at this.
We continued to get many orbs in the basement. We then decided to go upstairs. It was at this point that Dominic kept sensing two children that used to live in this house.
Two children in this that
Yeah.
were born here.
1841, how many families have lived here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, totally.
Do you know when Yurkus lived here? What year that was?
Because it
That was,
like 1940s.
I was going to say, around that, yeah,
That's where
mid-1900s.
recent scheme.
Yeah, so it was definitely before them.
Mhm.
Because I see a little boy and I see a little girl. I see them walking around. They have no shoes. So I see them walking around with dirty feet.
You're talking 1800s,
Yeah.
more likely.
The fact that Amos Hughes had no children leads us to believe that it could have been some family members' children. Next, we made our way up to the attic where something very unusual happened.
Kids playing. I'm definitely getting that before all the ductwork and stuff.
I just got another orb, I think.
The orbs in the attic were off the charts. Just as Dominic told us he saw children playing, the activity suddenly spiked beyond anything we experienced. Tom's camera began malfunctioning just as Dominic told us he saw children playing.
What's going on here?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm going to turn that on.
What happened?
After witnessing the surge of orbs in the attic and learning that Dominic was seeing children at play, he was suddenly drawn to something in the downstairs bedroom. Unfortunately, the door was locked. We couldn't get inside.
This front room that we couldn't get into, that's the master bedroom. I still would like to get in there, but it's locked. The door is combination lock. We don't have the combination, so hopefully next trip we'll be able to get in there.
Sensing no other activity, we decided to wrap up the investigation for the night.
Thank you so much. What a night. Blaine, what a night, man. Mary Jane, thank you so much. Carl, incredible. Leanne, what a night. It was amazing. Thank you. Some of the stuff that we caught, thank you, buddy. Take care. No, some of the stuff that we caught tonight was unbelievable, man. I mean, amazing.
I'm telling you, there's still a lot more here. We're scratching the surface.
Oh yeah, we're not done. We're definitely not done. So we're gonna have to come back. But between Carl, everybody, you know, all the information was incredible, and the history here is amazing. Thank you again for everything, you know, and all you guys for everything. Man, oh man, that's crazy, man. What
Unbelievable.
The pictures, the kids.
And you know, Curtis is awesome because he
He's
knew all about it.
incredible.
So I picked up on it.
We got orbs. We got to look into a lot of things. But all of the stuff that you were tuning into tonight, you hit it on the head, man.
Yeah,
Right. It's like
the spirit was easy to
Yeah,
come through.
It was.
Blaine didn't help anything.
Another question I can't answer. I can't answer. I can't answer.
Beside that, but no, Mary Jane and all the guys here are phenomenal. All the people from the Hughes
Oh, this
Trust,
has been great.
Amazing to work with.
We just scratched the surface.
Absolutely.
We gotta go in deep.
Tom, phenomenal job as
Thanks,
usual.
Tommy.
So we always bring him and drag him into these crazy situations, but he's solid as a rock. We got a lot more work to do. So Dom, again, thank you, buddy.
Not
Come
a
on.
problem.
Guys, I want to thank you so much for letting us do the investigation. Mary Jane, thank you so much. I love that the 325 years of Buckingham, that we're able to capture some of that great history. I know you guys have been doing a lot of stuff over at the township. The whole story there with Amos Hughes, his legacy, I mean, that just blew me away.
And being able to get into the different buildings, the people being there, the history, like you said, that's there, what I picked up on. So it all just makes it so much better.
Speaking of picked up on, you know, the first part of the investigation we did was at the house. Let's get into it. Let's get into the meat of the story here. Was why we were there was because of the investigation. You know, a lot of times when we do these investigations, I love the history part of it. You know, the history of these locations that, you know how it is. Everybody's passing by these wonderful places every day and they don't even know the history. But we went up into the schoolhouse. That was amazing because no sooner did we walk in, Dom, what were you tuning in on?
I was picking up on the fire that happened, seeing all the orbs and feeling all the energy and all the spirits that were there that had passed through that school. It was just phenomenal.
Your throat was starting to close up. So was Mary Jane's. Denise, you figured it out. You were like, wait a minute, what's going on here? You know?
Yeah, that was scary. I thought she had asthma. And I was like, I've known her for a long time. I'm like, I didn't know you had asthma. It was bizarre. And then when Dominic came out and said that he was feeling about a fire, he started talking about a fire. I went, oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
And Curtis confirmed it for us. So
yeah.
Curtis was awesome. And then Carl, you had the picture. We're still looking into that as well. We always leave these investigations with more questions than answers. A lot of times when we go into places and see these orbs, it's not dust. We're in like a controlled environment. We're not moving anything around. And the way these things were moving, it was very, very strange, especially upstairs in the attic, but also in one of the classrooms. We got a lot of orbs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look, if there's spirits there, they liked being there. If they're haunting a place, that residual energy's there because they liked being there.
Yeah, the public works guys, remember we couldn't get them to talk because they are very shy about stuff. Or I'll come back through in the morning, like 7:15, and there's a light upstairs, and I always just look at it just because I just always look at the house just because it's what I do. And, you know, and they got, no, we didn't leave any lights on, you know, so I don't know.
We're not here to prove or disprove anything. For the most part, I think the investigation was a really great historical perspective as well. There's a lot more to explore.
Yeah, I was tuning in onto the natives that were there originally and how they actually were working with Amos on the property, him farming and everything else that was going on there. That was a big Indian reservation that was around the corner that he was dealing with trades and everything else. And it was pretty cool.
Mary Jane, did you guys ever find any artifacts on the property at all?
Not that I know of, not that the guys, I guess when they were building the building, it's a wonder they didn't. Carl, did you know of anything?
Not far from that site, going down Yerkes's back lane by Mill Creek, and you look off to the right along the hedgerow, 100 yards in, there's a patch about the size of a hay wagon. And if you go out to that field when it's fresh plowed, you'll see small shards of flint. John Yerkes told me about it. And that's where the Lenape Indians were napping. And they weren't taking a sleep. That's what you call making arrowhead snapping. Flint is not indigenous to the area, so they traded amongst themselves.
Are we able to get to that property and check it out?
Yeah, I'm sure that's not a problem.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool just to go check it out. That'd be awesome. I have a feeling we may have to do part 2.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that we could look into. Yeah.
Oh my God, there's so much there. Guys, thank you again so much for all your help. and we'll see you out on the next investigation, part 2.
Love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you both.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
You're awesome to work with. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.